And yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sessions with your boy June. As you can see, we got a new format. We are live. We are live right now on the stream, y'all. We are on YouTube, Twitch, and all that good stuff. So, man, we got the homie Nix of Do You Speak Geek in the building.
Yeah, what up?
What's going on, my boy? What is going on with you?
Chilling, man, chilling. I am glad to be here. We're gonna talk wrestling. We're gonna get into it.
Yeah, man, I'm just excited. And yeah, because Instagram been on some bull lately.
Yeah, they do that. They definitely do that.
Yes, they fucked our page up, so we can't even go live on our joints right now. So it's like, so like I've been wanting to move. I've been telling the squad I want to move everything over to this anyway. So them taking it down wasn't no like this wasn't there wasn't no big. There wasn't no them putting that. Oh, you can't go live. It didn't hurt me. So it's like it didn't bother me at all. So I'm like, whatever. I want to do this anyway. So I'm probably gonna keep it this way. Since I'm over here now, I'm just probably gonna keep it this way.
Yeah, so, I definitely I've been I had my first one doing it this way too, as far as Facebook and Facebook and Twitch and YouTube. I did the I did a joint where I was talking about the rise and fall of DC shows on CW, and that was fun. That was hella fun. So I'm probably gonna do another one. I got something cooking up that I'm gonna probably put together around August, hip hop's birthday. So we'll probably have something cooking up then, and I may do something else the following month in September, because that's the month that National Podcast Day falls.
Really?
In. Yeah, National Podcast Day falls in that month.
What
so
up, kids?
Probably do something around that way.
Yeah, man. Like I didn't know there was days for stuff like this. I'll be finding out stuff.
Man, you be surprised at what kind of holidays is out there, man. Like it's like they got one day, it's like a national chicken wing eating day, and like meatloaf. It's all kind of crazy holidays out there, man. All kind of crazy holidays.
It'd be like, I just found out about a few months ago about Black Friday. I'm like, what is that? What is all these different days? National Beer Day, National. Like, where does all this shit come from?
I have no idea. Somebody filed the paperwork and I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, we'll give you a holiday.
Oh yeah. So, man, we in here talking about something me and you both could talk about, agree on. Two of the people we're supposed to have on, my boy Phantom, he's watching right now. He can't be on right now because some stuff happened. We don't know where you at, but you're gonna be out watching this on the replay gang. So, first question: How did you get into wrestling? Who's your favorite tag team favorite singles male wrestler and single female wrestler? Any company.
Well, I can definitely tell you the moment I got into wrestling. I was watching, this is back when World Championship Wrestling and NWA came on TBS on a Saturday afternoon. And I remember this feud between the Road Warriors and Dusty Rhodes. And Dusty was cutting a promo and the Road Warriors jumped him in the ring. And I mean, they was beating them bad. And then at one point, they took, you know how they had the spike shoulder pads. They had unscrewed a spike off the one of the pads, and they was jamming that thing right in Dusty Rhodes' head and digging it in there. They were blurring out everything. I was like, and as a kid, I'm like, oh, this is so messed up. This is so graphic. My feelings all hurt. I was crying. I didn't know if it was real or not. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. He bleeding. And as it went off, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. Oh my God, I'm like, is he gonna make it? He alive? So at that moment, I knew I was hooked because I had to see what was gonna happen next.
Oh yeah,
I was hooked from that moment. Favorite tag team of all time? Favorite tag team of all time. The team that I've rooted for since their inception was probably Steiner Brothers. I loved the Steiner Brothers. Loved them. I mean, them guys captured gold all around the world as well too. So I was definitely a big fan of them. I was happy to see them get into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. So I definitely like them. Singles wrestler of all time, Sting. Not even I don't have to think about it.
Okay.
Sting is my guy. He will always be my guy. The fact that he is almost 70 years old diving off stuff nowadays is like, dude, wow, what are you doing? You gonna hurt yourself. As far as female wrestler, my favorite of all time, because she is killing it right now, and I have not seen anyone like her do it like this, I gotta say Bianca Belair.
Okay. I feel you on that one. People give her crap, but she's dope though. I rock with Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And for me, I remember like it was yesterday. My mom, we went over my buddy of mine's house named Didi. We said, "Yo, we're going over such and such house this week." All right, cool. We go over there, and he's watching Monday Night Raw. At that time, I didn't know what wrestling was. I didn't like, oh snap! I remember Shawn Michaels was coming out like, "All right, this is cool. This is cool." And after that, I was hooked. I was like, I was hooked. Like that
so
was
you
my
fell in love during the Attitude Era.
It was like going into the Attitude. It was just fizzling out of like the golden era, whatever it was, era going into. It was just going into the Attitude. It was like I got in peak Attitude era.
Okay.
And so I got in when it started. And favorite tag team all time. The most cliche answer I gotta say is the Hardys. Like I remember when they debuted. I remember the night they debuted. They had that maroon and yellow picnic basket, and I'm like, these guys are dope. I didn't expect them to go as far as they was gonna go, but because back in the day, people debuted and they disappeared for God knows how long. You never seen them, but they kept being on TV. And then they teamed up with Michael Hayes. Then they got with Gangrel. Then they got into all these guys. Yes.
Yeah, Gangrel was, and when they switched them out with the Brood and Edge and Christian, that was some scary stuff. When that music hit, I was like, okay, get these niggas off my TV.
Oh yeah, I was never scared of Gangrel. I was more scared. I was more scared of the Ministry of Darkness. These dudes, man, pull up to your doorstep.
Yeah,
I was. Gangrel was kind of light work, but the other stuff was like this. And favorite wrestler right now, I'll have to say, going to tag teams, the Briscoes. I love those dudes. The Briscoe brothers, Mark and Jay, are like, if I'm in a bar fight, I want them on my side. I wouldn't want to be on the other side. I don't want to be on that side. They look like they gonna go until they can't go anymore.
Oh yeah, them the two white boys that you went to school with that's gonna fight forever. Even when the principal and everybody show up, they're gonna keep on fighting.
Oh yeah, they gonna like, you gotta knock them out.
Yeah,
to get them to stop. It's like if you don't fade them on the first blow,
yeah, it's it. That's it. You gonna be fighting them until tomorrow.
Exactly. Somebody, you gonna fight till you tired, like you done.
Big facts.
No, I ain't done. Let's keep going. But Briscoes, and I think then I would have to go with. I'm trying to keep it outside of WWE, like Kevin Steen. After that Ladder Wars match, ain't really nothing. That was the biggest match of that year.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Generico. That match was like crazy. I still go back and watch that match every now and again. And as far as favorite female wrestler right now, it would have to be Marty Bell.
I like Marty Bell. I do like Marty Bell.
That's my girl right
now. I'm a big fan of hers. You know what? I'm a big fan of hers and Tasha Steeves, man. Tasha Steeves. I was hurt when she lost the title to Joy Grace. I was hurt.
But yeah, man, like those good picks, man. Like I say, like I think Marty Bell is one of them people. Like I don't think if she went to WWE, they would utilize her right. I don't think she'd be getting the kind of.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Let's see what my boys. What he said. All time favorite tag team, Harlem Heat. Favorite wrestler, Undertaker. Okay, Harlem Heat. That's a good pick. Okay, what else we got? Favorite female, Mae Young. He's at Mae Young, yeah. No, I'm thinking about Moon. Okay, I'm thinking about the other one. Because people don't really mess with the other one like that.
Raheem and Dudley said, "I was out. That was wild."
Oh yeah, I remember that. Like that was like put it through the table.
Yeah, they power bombed her off the fucking steps. I was like, "Yo, this lady is not gonna live through this."
Oh yeah.
Shot stood in the house, yeah, stood there all day.
Right on. So the topic we had going for tonight is okay. Before we get into that, I read somewhere where let me pull up the Carfax real quick.
All right.
It says, I want your honest opinion on this. It says Tony Khan is open to speak with WWE about a joint show. How do you feel about that? AEW and WWE doing the Super Show. Do you think it would work?
Do I think it would work? I think it would work. I do appreciate and respect Tony Khan for trying to make it work. Do I think it's gonna happen? No way. Because as long as WWE is tied to Vince McMahon, it'll never happen. Because that would communicate to Vince McMahon that he needs someone else to succeed, and Vince would rather watch WWE sink before he accepts help, because it wouldn't be help. It's just a collaborative effort, but it would look like help. Like, oh, he needed AEW's help to get over or get a good pay-per-view or get good wrestling going. It's like, nah. Because even Vince McMahon himself has said he's not in the wrestling business. He's in the entertainment business.
Yep.
So you got to kind of look at WWE in that way. It's like, it's not wrestling anymore. This is just entertainment. This is just guys with gimmicks, and every once in a while they'll do something dope. But then again, WWE would just yeet it right back and like, okay, well, back to the shenanigans again. But will it ever happen? I don't think so. But if it ever did happen, the fantasy matches that will come out of that, and if it does happen, my only request would be to let McMahon promote it. But as far as booking the matches, Vince, keep your hands off of it.
I feel like if Vince McMahon, I would feel like, in my opinion, if that was that's to happen, I think it would go completely wrong because Vince McMahon is so. If it's 5-on-5, AEW's winning one. They're winning one match. WWE is going to get and is that the WWE not putting anybody over his guys? And I mean, like, it sucks. It sucks to say that, but it's like I would love to see that, even if it is one time. It was just like a one-off thing, and plus that they do, it's going to sell. The wrestling world is going to go ape shit if it happens.
If that happens, I mean, just the fantasy matches alone, that could happen. Like, we would, like, especially with that whole Forbidden Door being open, the matches that would happen would be dream matches. Like, we could see, like, the first one.
Here he is.
Yeah,
you're late, sir. You're late.
You know what? Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you, nephew. Okay. First of all, hi with your ass. With your ass. Second of all, getting ready for BlerdCon has been rough. Let me tell you, I'm still sending emails and answering messages and all types of stuff. Oh, I'll deal with him this weekend. I ain't even worried about it. Matter of fact, I'll deal with him tomorrow.
Oh, he coming at you.
Yeah, because we're gonna be talking comic books.
I'm sorry.
So before I'm gonna let you pause that, Nick. So, first question, everybody. This is right here. Now, if you might tell the AKA the Blerd Unicorn, the man with the freshest beard in the game.
This thing is looking rough like sandpaper right now, but I appreciate it.
And no rice water in that one.
Not yet. Anyway, not yet.
So the first question we're opening up, and then we're gonna get back to what you were saying, Nick. Favorite tag team of all time, favorite male wrestler, favorite female wrestler. So who you got?
Favorite male wrestler of all time.
And when did you get into wrestling? When did you get into wrestling?
Oh gosh, I got into wrestling when I was 9.
That's
I was
NWA.
watching. This is before WWE. I was actually watching the territories. NWA was heavy, Mid-South, Mid-Atlantic, all of that. I was loving all of that. Of course, when the WWEFEQ, whatever hell acronym they want to come up with, came along, they still weren't. They still weren't doing it. So my favorite male wrestler, I'll start there, will always be the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Okay.
Dusty had a charisma about him. This man was not about building muscles. He was about telling a story. He was about being grounded and being such a relatable person. You didn't see him come on like Ric Flair, who was going to show his bod, and talk about how he's got this jet, these cars, these girls, and everything else. Dusty was like, we're going to keep it funky like a monkey. All right, we're going to keep it simple, because in this lifetime, people realize that Ric Flair is all about that bullshit. And he would tell it, and every time he did a promo, I was there. But when he was in the ring, that man did not have a physique for nothing, but he could move with the best of them. That elbow coming off, man, when he would drop that elbow, it wasn't no just, no, he kicked that right leg up and he came at you. Foul! That was my man.
Yeah, man. Dusty is probably top 5 greatest wrestling minds of all time.
And did you hear the story about him and Brodus Clay? Brodus Clay told him a story about when Brodus Clay told a story like when he came out at the Funkasaurus. He's like, yo, he said, yo, they want me to dance, Dusty, yada yada. And when he said he told Dusty, I said, I know what he's gonna say for this conversation. I said, you think you better than me? He said, yo, I don't dance, Dusty. Dusty like, you think you better than Dusty? You think you better than me? I made my name dance. You know what I made it work. And he said, Dusty took him, grabbed him by the hand, put him in the ring, and played some music, started dancing. Like, dance with me. I'm in the middle of the ring, and then they see dancing with Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, you gotta imagine, like, you all pissed off when you're giving, like, man, they got me out here shucking and jiving and showing these fools, and you tell that to Dusty Rhodes, and you like, the gall.
Phantom has arrived. Why does he, every time he come on the camera, why does he look like he just got caught doing something he had no business?
This what we doing.
I just got home.
You look like it's like, oh shit, I am on camera now. Hi, hello, hi.
Y'all can see me?
Yeah, we can see you from all angles.
Yeah. So Dusty was always that one for me. Always. Anytime he got into the ring, when he teamed up with Magnum TA, when he teamed up with Nikita Koloff, yo, that was everything to me. Female wrestler, I gotta go with Athena. Because I've seen the likes of Jacqueline, I've seen all of them come through, and there's some that they try real hard. And there's some that are currently now that have that. But when you see that it factor of someone who is physically unimposing to some, but still come at you like a pit bull. I mean, come at you with that sauce, ready to just slather your ass because you're about to be a meal for a warrior. As a heel and as a face, love her. If I ever get to meet her and I have a convo, I'm guaranteeing you, I'm going to cry.
Yeah, Athena is probably she probably hasn't gone on record, and I don't watch a lot of her interviews, but she probably hasn't gone on record by saying this, but the way Athena wrestles, you can tell she's had some strong style training, because the way she wrestles and gives these girls the bumps, man, it's like, yo, Athena, pull back a little bit because you gonna fuck somebody up.
No, she's a product of Booker T school.
She needs to stop doing that because she gonna fuck up her tailbone. I'm like, yo, baby girl, that
tailbone gonna be just fine.
Man, we've been saying that shit about Darby Allin forever.
Shut up,
Have you seen that tailbone? Have you seen tailbone? That tailbone gonna be just fine.
Trust me, that girl got the ribs.
June, didn't Athena go to school with Drew?
Yeah, she lived in the same, like, she's from Garland, so in that same area. I jokingly say they went to school together, but I think they did. He said they didn't, but I think they did.
Yo, if I ever get the opportunity to interview her, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like, Nix, I need you on this night at this time. Do not argue with me.
If you don't call me, I'm
Hit her up.
gonna have a problem.
Hey, hit her up on Twitter. She responds.
You gonna get this man a heart attack. Don't do him like that.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do
No, you'll be surprised. A lot of them respond. Like if you mention them and say a comment, now that they're no longer a part of WWE, they respond a lot more because they are working their own Twitters.
that. Right. They don't have the PR.
It's very hard to get someone who's actively employed by the WWE to respond to anything, and those who are WWE sympathizers who are trying to get back or stay in the good graces of WWE. But for those who don't care, yeah, the kid's right. Yo, they do respond, and
that's because you had the Karens and the Chad doing that shit too. It's like, no, that's not what she would say. No, let's tell her what she should say.
There's only one wrestler that I would freak out and like literally like go full blown Pusha T when he met Iverson. If I ever met Jeff Hardy, I would freak the fuck out. I would freak out.
My wife has a amazing Hardy Boys leader story. So this was the North Carolina State Fair, and she was like in line. I don't know if she was trying to get funnel cake or whatever, but you see these people walking around the fair. They got their hoods on, and they're trying to like stay low key. So it's like, okay, no one knows they are. People following them because they know who they are. But out of one of those persons, you saw red hair hanging out of the hoodie. And then her nephew at the time was like maybe 8, maybe 7. And he's yelling like, that's Lita. And she like, she's like, these two walking
my
around
name is Amy, not Lita right now. My name is Amy right now.
But yo, like, you know how I would have shit a chicken if I am like in line with the Hardys?
This is the bro. This is what I'm talking. This is me if I met Jeff Hardy.
Oh Lord.
Yo,
I need Jeff to get his shit together. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
I met Jeff Hardy
Jeff.
tomorrow. I'm gonna embarrass the whole Blerd community. I'm gonna show my ass. I'm gonna be crying like Halle Berry at the Oscars. Like, oh my gosh,
Now,
Lord,
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna jump back to the male wrestler too, because there is a second cat that if I ever met him, I swear to God, I will be a 5-year-old in kindergarten.
Oh,
if I ever met Keith Lee,
fam,
bruh. If I ever met Keith Lee, because you know them, brother, that you want to have a conversation with because you just want to delve into their mind with the journey that they've been on. This man has been everywhere. And every time I see him perform, I'm like, you defy all the laws of gravity, and yet you are still here on Earth. Why, good sir?
That dude should not be doing things he can do. It doesn't make sense. In physics, it does not make sense. The shit that he can do in that ring. But since we going around talking about people who we would love, who we would lose it if we met, for me, Xavier Woods, I would just to meet that guy, man, because like he's literally me but more famous.
Essentially.
Yeah, he's literally us and all of us, but he's just
way more
famous.
How you gonna host a show?
It's all good.
It's a takeover.
It's all good. We still here.
It's a takeover. NWO style takeover. It's a takeover.
I essentially put most of my answers in the chat. So the ones that they were talking about earlier. So when I say all time favorite tag team,
don't you ever just be like that again.
At least this daddy.
I don't know what happened. I was like, what the hell happened? But Keith Lee, go ahead.
So I was gonna follow up real quick. My favorite tag team of all time is one that you don't hear a lot about because there were so many great tag teams. There were a lot of fantastic tag teams. Not these shitty ones that let's put them together and make it work. No, my favorite growing up was Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, the Fantastics.
Okay.
Because they were in Mid-South. If you ever look at the stories of Mid-South, Continental, Stampede up in Canada, down in the Mid-Atlantic, all around Alabama, all around there, Georgia, you would
Didn't they
hear
also
about
do WCCW?
no,
They had a match against them. They didn't.
no, they were with the NWA.
But I'm saying, didn't WCC? Because I remember one time, like the Von Erichs and the Freebirds, they went to those territories.
Yeah, but you hardly, because they still were world class. You really didn't see them as a part of that. You might see them as maybe a collaboration with those territories, but you rarely saw that because the territories, the word itself, they were territorial. So
Right.
I remember years ago when I was a teenager, this is when I was like 17, 18, they had a weekly show called Pro Wrestling This Week. Nigga, that was my magazine. Every week they would show clips from different territories. Smoky Mountain, Georgia, Continental, Alabama, Mid-South, you name it. And it just opened my eyes to so many. And then that's one of the first times I saw the Fantastics. These cats reminded me so much of a younger, more vibrant Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Express were fire too. And you
They
mentioned
still
AWA, man. AWA, God, man, just the star
funny,
power.
I remember when I seen the NWA World Title for the first time on Dan the B7 when he came to WWF, and I saw that belt. I'm like, what? First, I saw that big ass UFC belt. Now I
Right.
saw the belt. I'm like, what? I was like, what is that? Like
UFC. I get
I'm
it.
like,
There are letters.
the NWA, like, what? I'm like, I didn't know what NWA. Like, okay, that's somebody else's belt. Who? And like, this dude was badass. Like,
Right.
and then to hear Unks talk about it, like, just to go back and watch some of the NWA matches, how they were in that little studio every whatever day of the week it was, and it was just crazy. It was like, this is wrestling history right here. Like, this is like, I would consider all of us like wrestling historians. When probably got the most knowledge of us all, because he go back, But it's like just to hear him talk about that. He talking about people. I ain't had some. Who that?
Speaking of NWA, wasn't R-Truth the last black person to hold the NWA
first
title?
and last?
First and last. Shout out to that man R-Truth.
Ron Killings.
He's still going.
Ron Killings was an enigma to so many people.
All he did was look up to his hero John Cena.
That's crazy.
When I saw him as K-Crush in Memphis, I was like, I see him doing things because he was all over the place. Yo, he was pulling out acrobatics at that time that was unheard of.
And can still go.
And
and the man is in his mid-50s. He's like
almost
early to mid-50s. He like 53, 54 years old.
Yeah, he my age.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say he's like 38, 39. Why you lying?
You gotta wonder though, like how he feels about how he's being used in WWE. You gotta wonder how he feels.
I heard he said he doesn't care. He likes it. He like it. From what I hear, he said he's having a good time. He don't care.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, as long as he's there, the problem with that, and I think he probably doesn't care because if you actually let them writers try to write him into a storyline, they'll fuck it up.
Right. Yep. And to this day, Brock Lesnar still wants to work with him.
Dude, did you hear the story about that too? About they said that Brock Lesnar never laughs, and they sent R-Truth out there to make him laugh, but they didn't tell Brock. And then they said, "Yo, I can make him laugh." He went out there and he did what he did. Brock lost it.
Yeah, because he was talking about the Royal Rumble, and he's talking about how he's going, even though you a big man, I'm still gonna throw you over the top rope, Paul Heyman.
Robert.
That would have got me
like,
too.
What? He's
that
like, I'm not in. He's like, I'm not in the Royal Rumble. He's in the Royal Rumble. I undeclare for the Royal Rumble event.
I remember that.
They said Brock Lesnar went to the back and went straight to Vince and said, I demand to do a program with R-Truth.
Yo, the funniest shit R-Truth ever did.
I know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
It was doing a Royal Rumble match. and that nigga ran out there with a fucking ladder, climbed all the way to the top.
Yo, I remember that.
And it was like, where that? Where is it? Yo, I lost it.
That when he was doing the Money in the Bank match, when he was even though he went in the match, came out interrupting the whole.
Dude, I was gonna he came out like, yo, I'm declaring myself like, Truth, you're not even in the match. I'm not. Yeah. I'm positive. You know what? Y'all be good.
My bad.
Like, you know
what? Lost it like.
This one's on me. My bad.
That's on me, dog.
They couldn't hold it in. Like, yo, fuck it. I'm laughing.
The word I've heard about
to
Ron
this day, I think
Ron is one of those. No, you're good. He's one of those personalities in the locker room that's well respected because not only is he well traveled, he does not elevate himself with ego. He's always been a down to earth kind of guy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think that's what's lacking in a lot of locker rooms nowadays. Because I always want to sit there and like, okay, because I've never told anyone this, but back in 2002, I was stationed in Memphis. The WWE came to the Pyramid. This is when they were doing things at the Pyramid, which was a big deal. And on the base, all the E6s are part of what they call the First Class Association. They said, hey, they need security for the next WWE pay-per-view. Who wants to be there? You already knew my hand was going up. I mean, I'm touching ceilings on airplanes. That's how high that shit was. So they scooped us up and they took us back there and said, okay, who wants to work where? And I went, put me wherever. They said, are you a wrestling fan? I said, yes, I am. How long you been a wrestling fan? Let's see, 9 years old. Okay, we got a special spot for you. Had no idea where they were going to put me. I'm thinking they're going to put me around the security, around the ring, where you're facing the crowd. You're not allowed to look at the wrestling. You have to keep looking at the crowd. That's why you always see the backs of security whenever you're around ringside. I'm thinking to go walk me to ringside. No, they walk me out around the ring, take me back behind the scenes, past the gorilla position. They put me in the entrance by the locker room.
Goldberg.
My job was to make sure that everybody coming through had the credentials and they were able to come and go. Y'all, I think I nutted on myself 9 times that night.
Gosh damn.
Hey.
Yo.
Niggas, get your man, B.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you straight up.
I don't even blame him.
I was standing right there. I'm like, okay, you're good. Checking credentials. Okay, thank you so much. Writers, producers, all of that. Shut up. Even my phone trying to talk. And then I hear a familiar New York accent, and I turn around. Here comes Taz.
Wow.
I said, sir, you are one of my favorites. I love everything that you've done. And I know I shouldn't be gushing, but as a military man, you helped me get through a lot. He said, I appreciate that, brother. I really do. I said, can I ask a favor? He said, what is it? Shut up. Then that would have been the end of the story. At the time I was married, and my wife she brought our stepsons to the show, and I said, I have my ECW world title. Can you please sign it for me? He said, bring it back here when you get a chance. I said, I'm gonna get my wife to. He says, cool. I'm gonna go out here. I'll come back if you're here. We'll sign it. Get on the phone. I need you to bring me that belt right now.
Yeah, right now.
Right now. So I ran out, got it, came back. He came through. He signed it with a white Sharpie. Dude, one of the coolest cats you ever know.
Do you still have said belt?
There's a thing called divorce. And unfortunately, the storage unit that we were supposed to be maintaining together.
You ain't even got to say nothing else.
So you already know. So I lost a lot of stuff, but that was a memory I will always tell. I saw Paul Heyman talking and chit-chatting. I saw Big Show came through, Paul White, when he was there. That dude.
I don't know this woman at all, but the more story you tell about your ex-wife, the more I don't like her ass. I don't even know this woman, but the more stories you tell, like, you know what? I don't like your ass either. You know what?
But you know what? It is what it is, because I have that moment in my mind. It is indelibly ingrained. There's nothing going away from that, especially when you meet somebody that helped get you through rough times, because pro wrestling was that for me, bro. Yep. ECW 1995. Let's go.
There's another story I got. Did you hear the one about RVD and Taz?
They couldn't stand each other in ECW.
Yeah, they said, long story short, something went wrong in the ring and against with Taz and RVD. Taz came back to the back and RVD like, yo, pick a hand. Now, what are you talking about? Just pick a goddamn hand. He said, this is my.
Wow.
He smacked.
Wow.
And New Jack told the story like, yo, he smacked him. He's like, yo, he went to RVD. I know all that shit if that would have been me, it would have been a different story. All that karate shit would have been out the window. We would have been fighting in this room. But yes, he said RVD smacked the shit out of Taz in front of all his dojo students, all them
Good question. Was RVD high or sober and that happened?
Who knows?
That's a
It's
good
RVD.
question.
But
I
yeah,
really wish RVD and Riddle would be like a tag team for just 3 matches.
hell
That's all I need.
Rob Van Dam needs to stay in California.
Man, RVD and Matt Riddle are the snooping.
Making OnlyFans videos with his wife.
Ugh.
Look at you, man. Look at you, may do the face.
I just had dinner. Don't do this, okay? Don't do it.
All right, the topic of the night, the argument that we about to have. Nick, did you ever finish your statement on the Forbidden Door with the WWE? Did you ever finish that?
Oh, no, I was because when you brought it up with the whole conversation that Tony said that he would love to have a conversation with Vince about working together with the promotions. I like I said, I think it will never happen. But if it did, just some of the matches that would take place, one that comes to mind immediately is MJF and The Miz. Like they don't even have to wrestle. Just
the promo battle.
Just let them cut promos on each other for like 6 months straight.
I can't say nothing. I'm Team Miz.
But see, only way this would work, Miz would have to go because this dude MJF, he goes to a place where, like, if you remember the Heat Wave '97 incident with the Dudley Boys and
I remember that.
Heat
Wave '95.
I mean, like, they almost invoked a riot. So this dude MJF caused Brian Pillman's sister to go into labor. Like, this dude MJF, he don't give a damn. So I'm like, I need Miz to go to
listen to me. Give Miz the same freedom that MJF has, and you would end up with Miz from the real world when he just didn't give a fuck.
Give me talking smack after Daniel Bryan dissed him, Miz.
Yeah,
that's the Miz you gonna get.
Give me that
about
Miz.
The Miz that walked around the house all day long on Real World talking about I'm the Miz, and that's been his catchphrase since Real World.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm the Miz and I'm awesome. People got mad, but ain't nobody in that house want to try him though.
Because that talking smack episode was legendary because it started out as a work and that shit turned into a shoot real quick.
All I know is Miz went home and made another baby after that.
Oh yeah. He had a lot of energy after that. I'm like, man, like,
oh yeah.
Come in and behind us real quick.
That's why Maurice is like
that's why Marie's been talking about he got big balls on TV the whole time.
Every time you come home and you pissed off, I end up giving you a kid. Okay, I'm gonna need you to start doing that.
She like that.
He said
they need kids.
Man.
I would have loved to see Miz do a CM Punk style pipe bomb like CM did on the stage.
They would never let him do that.
Just let that shit cut.
They not gonna.
You're right. They're not gonna let it. But you know the thing about his voice is that the man is loud enough. He doesn't need a microphone,
and that's the beauty of it.
Just walk to the ring, and it'll be straight silence because everybody will want to hear what he's got to say.
Yep. So let's get to the topic now. Top 5 greatest tag teams of this era. The reason this topic came about in one of my group chats, we were talking since after FTR won the IWGP World Tag Team titles. I said, now you have to put them in the top 5 category. But I feel like the past was Steiners. No, it's hard to even say it's either. First, 1 and 2 is either the Steiners or the LOD or LOD and the Steiners.
The Dudleys. I put the Dudleys above LOD all day, 80 days.
What? You put the Dudleys.
I didn't even get
doing all day, every day.
Fam,
Come on, man.
You cannot put. Okay, don't get me wrong.
I have a personal reason for this.
Okay, go ahead.
My personal reason for this is I met both teams in person, right? I was maybe about 12 years old, so this was about 2002. And when I say Bubba Ray and Devon are two of the most, like, the nicest people I've ever met wrestling wise.
Oh yeah,
they're just two of the nicest people I've ever met wrestling wise. And when I met LOD, I met LOD. I only met half of them, one half, and that was after the first passing. But after that, who was at that passed
Did
away
you meet
first?
the LO or the OD?
I met the LO.
Okay.
No, who passed first? I'm trying to remember.
Hawk.
Hawk or was it?
Yeah, Hawk passed away first.
Yeah.
No, animal.
Yeah.
No,
no, Hawk first.
Yeah. When I met Animal, he was just in a bad place. And I could tell, I mean, it was real close. It was like maybe a year or two after Hawk passed away. He was still in a bad place, which is understandable. I mean, I understand it more now than I did when I met him. You know, he didn't want to interact or anything like that. And as someone who I try my best to separate the in-ring from the personal, me personally, I've always loved the Dudleys. I mean, I went around. If I've never imitated you, I don't have you on my top 5. Back then, at least. That's just how I feel. I never imitated LOD. And like I said, never meet your heroes. Even though I was a fan, when I met one part of LOD, it just was the best interaction for me. When I met the Dudleys, I met Bubba Ray, Devon, and I met Spike. They were all together. Therefore, even if it's just Bubba Ray and Devon, they actually have the accolades. They've won a title in every single promotion that they've been in.
And that's what I'm saying, because that's where the conversation comes in. So, like I said, for me, like I said, it's the Steiners and LOD, either one, then the Dudleys. Then you got to throw Harlem Heat in there. And, like,
of course,
it's a toss-up for, like, Edge, Christian, and the Hardys. But, like, since they won, now FTR solidified as top 5, it's not debatable because they AAA, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, what else? All down ROH. They won them all.
AEW and IWGP.
Yeah, so
they've won all the promotions all the major promotions that are out now. They won a title for.
Yeah, so that's how I'm.
Which is, like I said, same with the Dudleys. And you got to remember, Dudleys won in 3 different countries, just like FTR.
Yeah, so that's the groundwork where we're working on. So, Unc, I'll let you go first.
Well, I would tell you, like I said, my top 5 in this current generation is a bit difficult because Nix and I have had this conversation before. I like a story being told organically. I like an organic story told, and if you tell it with the right team, you've got an encyclopedia before you that you can go back and go, wow, they used to do this. And okay. So, all right. I will always call them the Revival because they will always be the Revival to me. They're definitely in the top 5 because I've always been a fan of the ground smash face, smash mouth, beat them up, twist them around, not jumping off. I love that style. And they got that. They truly got that. Street Profits. Street Profits have got a charisma about them and they're relatable. They remind me of when WWE tried to bring in Crime Time, but of course these idiots didn't know how to write. But if you just let them roll, these two were right there on the edges, and they had the charisma. They had the ability to tell a story. They were athletic. They were personable. Who you saw on TV is how they were in real life, and that's important to me. Because, like Phantom said, you don't ever want to meet your heroes, but I want to meet people that had a positive influence on me. This generation that's actually a lot. That's pretty tough. I'm I'm going through my mind of all the different territories that I've watched and everything. So if we go for Impact, I like the Rascals.
Okay.
I like the Rascals because 3 guys, young kids, I knew they were destined to be great because every time they performed, you saw moments. You saw moments, especially with the I swear I love that move where they do the summer where they do it was I want to say it's a shooting star press standing up where he Wentz flips and the other pushes him and he literally flips and lands on his opponent. That is one of the smoothest moves anywhere. We're talking smooth as creamy peanut butter on bread. Let's go. Every time I see that, I get so hyped. Another tag team is the Briscoes. Jay and Mark Briscoe. Since they were young until now, they've even though they may not have always left Ring of Honor, but when they do perform, they give it heart. You can see them go out there and make every team they perform with look good. Even in defeat, they make their opponents look good.
Yeah. The thing about the Briscoes, I feel like they already said their old promo. Look up on YouTube, Cosmetically Please, and they're like, yo, they were talking about we went to WWE, they didn't like us because we didn't look a certain way. I'm like, I feel like I'm glad they didn't go to WWE at that time because I think they were like not even Pete Briscoe. Shoot, hell, Mark still had his teeth, so I know it ain't. He still had teeth, so I'm like, all right. No, I think he had just lost them or whatever, but still, it's like the Briscoes are so good that I don't think what they do would ever work in WWE. I don't think it could work.
It wouldn't have. Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't have.
No.
Yeah,
I'm happy certain teams hadn't made it to WWE.
Right.
And I'm glad they haven't because they would have sullied whatever magic they had created.
Oh yeah,
just like they're doing now. I would definitely say the Young Bucks.
Generation Me.
Yeah, Generation Me. I was gonna say that before anything else, but yeah, them two. Every time they get in, it's a clinic. Every time they get in that ring, it's a clinic, and I love it.
It's crazy because with the Young Bucks, like I said, Generation Me. When I first saw them, they were briefly Impact, and I was like, "Who the heck are these Hardy Boy rejects?"
That's exactly what everybody called them. Everybody was.
But that was me. Because I was like, these guys ain't gonna never last that long unless they actually are brothers. And like I found out, did some more research, watched their matches. I saw them. I was watching. I forgot what I was watching. I think I was watching ROH, and I was like, the Young Bucks. Who the fuck is this? Oh, it's Generation Me. Oh, okay. These guys ain't half bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and watch another match. They surprised me over the years.
You notice whatever stage outside of WWE, they bloom like flowers because they're allowed to perform and do their specialty moves and be creative. I have not watched a Raw. I have not watched a Smack Raw or a Raw Down or anything like that. I have no desire to watch these over embellished Saturday night specials that they be having. These Sunday night heats they be trying to put on, thinking that they doing something. Nah, after what you did to my girl Athena, fuck y'all.
I feel so. Nick,
the only person that treated Athena right was Triple H.
Big facts.
Yep.
If you hear anybody speak about NXT Black and Gold, and then when it comes to Triple H, they always say Triple H supports them no matter what. If they get injured, if they have a great match, Triple H is in the back like a proud father. He'll pull them to the side. Hey, you did amazingly well. I have some pointers, but I'll talk about that another time. Go bask in the fact that you did an amazing job tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wish he would get control back of that shit again because right now NXT is garbage.
Man, say that part.
I don't think there's no words in the English language to say what NXT.
Well, he's coming back to NXT thanks to Stephanie.
I don't know if he's going to back in.
No. Thanks to Vince for being a scumbag.
Are we gonna talk about that? Like,
He's been a scumbag. He's been a traditional white male who has a lot of money.
I just want to put out the fact that Vince McMahon paid this side piece more than he paid for WCW. I just want to put that out
there. he has more money now.
He is not wrong about that, fam.
He paid $3 million for that side piece. He bought WCW for 1.3.
Can you imagine her bragging on that?
Being a bad businessman.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine her bragging on that to a friend? Girl, I'm worth more than WCW.
You mean to tell me that this box is worth more than Halloween Havoc, Starcade, and everything else that came out of WCW?
Pretty much. So, Nick, who your top?
I mean, since Vince came in, I got to be worth more.
Exactly.
I see what you did
there. No, but in all honesty, though, Vince is like, shit, I'm big balling. Get this bitch $3 million. Tell her be gone.
And she didn't shut up. You give me $3 million.
She did.
She did. You will never have to see me again.
No, she shut up. She shut up.
Bro, you give me $3 million, I will be a memory.
I won't even be a memory.
She ain't said not one word.
Well, for what? Who? They probably NDA.
No.
They probably NDA that girl to death.
Yeah, she has a complete NDA. She ain't said not one word. Somebody else who didn't have an NDA like hers, who was messing with lower level motherfuckers, got in trouble. And Vince paid her $3 million. Bitch, shut up. I'm trying to live life.
Snitching.
So now Vince McMahon's like,
here he go again. Here he go. It's all right. We got this.
After she basically she did exactly what Kobe did when he got caught. Shit, Shaq be cheating on his wife too. No, shut up.
That's a damn shame. I'm gonna go ahead and answer Junior's question though. My top 5 teams currently, right now in this current climate. Before I begin my list, I want to make sure that y'all are obtusely aware that I am gonna be slightly biased because in my veins is Bojangles and Krispy Kreme.
Sir, it's your list. It's
Team Slytherin house, and we got a list like that.
Yeah,
it's your list.
My list. There's Bojangles and Krispy Kreme in my veins. If that don't tell you anything, it tells you I'm a North Carolina boy.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon must like what we saying because they keep cutting my camera. They just keep shutting off.
Is Vince McMahon cutting your camera?
Vince,
we got too big of a pipe bomb going.
I know, right?
Hey Vince, if you give me $3 million, I'll shut the fuck up too.
I know, right? I think we all would.
Yeah, I gotta hear Nick's list because he's got me. I'm really interested to hear this. What's up?
So to start off, favorite tag teams now. Coming in at 5, I gotta go God.
Okay. Bravo.
Tama Tonga is my guy. I actually want to just sit and just get drunk with that dude one time. I'm pretty sure
him and his damn daddy.
Yeah.
Haku? I don't want no problem with Haku. That's
I drink with him. That's far as to go. I drink with him. That's far as to go. Like I look, you stay over there. Well, I'm stay over here, and we'll wave.
That dude is big.
Yeah, it's niggas in wrestling scared of him for real.
Oh yeah.
Everybody like Hulk Hogan. This Hulk Hogan, like fuck that. Have you met my homeboy Ming? There, claw your face off, my brother.
Literally.
Fuck over there.
It's like, what's your name? Ah, that's all you need to know.
Coming in at number 4, I'm gonna have to say the Lucha Bros.
Ooh.
Because Ray Phoenix he's a metahuman. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to describe the shit that he does in that ring. The dude, he's Spider-Man. That's all I can say. He's Spider-Man. The dude is amazing. And the two of them together, like that match between the Bucks and the Luchas in that steel cage match when they won the AEW titles. Oh my God, that was a 6-star classic to me. I can watch that match over and over again because of what both teams were doing, and the fact that the Luchas had all this passion going, the emotion of it all was like, oh my God, and they won it. Grown man tears. I was like, yo, Lucha Bros, they have been solidified, absolutely. So I would put them at number 4. Number 3, I gotta go with the Usos. even though they are completely stifled.
Oh my gosh, are they nerfed? Dear
They
They are
God,
so
I'll
nerfed.
say this. The Usos are the WWE's answer to the Young Bucks.
I'll give you that. And the thing about it is, I had to ask myself this question: like, can we really put them in the greatest conversation because
No,
they've only been
Yes.
in WWE?
Yes.
no,
I feel
you
like
can't.
you can. I feel like you can put them in a only because they are one consistently great. It's not like
but
they've had. It's not like they fell off. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
We
that's
gotta
true.
talk
They,
But
about.
to me, they're
it's
not
not like
tested. They're not tested.
There you go.
but whose fault is that though? It ain't their fault.
Theirs. Because the reason it's there because
How is it their fault? They do good enough to continuously get a contract.
But see, here's the thing though. If you really want to consider yourself one of the best tag teams in the world, you walk the earth and you compete in other companies and
And
compare
that's
your
fine. And this is to the point to where Usos, not a lot of people don't know this, but when Triple H was running Black and Gold, right? He urged Vince before AEW was a thing. He urged Vince to try to get a working partnership and relationship with New Japan and with Impact.
yeah,
That
that's what
way
happened.
they can, and that was Triple H's answer to try to build up the tag division. We can't. He said we can't keep saying we got the best in the world if we're not going against our two biggest competitors, which was Impact. Right. And then when AEW came on the scene, he urged Vince to get a working relationship with AEW, Impact, and New Japan because he wanted the tag teams in NXT to go get tested. And then when Usos heard about that, they were all for it. They were asking if they can go to NXT just so they can go to the other companies and test out their skills.
But see, here's the thing about
so that's to say I don't blame them.
You know what? The reason I gotta kind of blame them because if you're only as good as what their WWE standards are good. Because let's look at AJ Styles, part of the tag team. AJ Styles he's been everywhere, won it everywhere. Only belt he has not won the Always title. He had the pure weight, the pure Always pure championship, but he never had the main Always title. But he's won it everywhere. So he can be considered the greatest of all time.
Didn't AJ Styles also win the best in the world title at ROH?
I'm not sure I have to fact check, but he's done it everywhere. So the Usos, they would at least have to win at least ROH or something, or go to New Japan. Just at least lead WWE like a year. Just a year.
I could say that the Usos will probably go down arguably as the greatest tag team that WWE has ever had.
There you go.
But as far as a greatest tag team ever, I just can't throw them in that conversation just like that. And like I said, it's not their fault because Vince just does not want to work with anybody else. He feels like he can do it himself.
Right.
Yeah.
And
number 2, them Young Bucks, man. I don't know what them dudes. I put them in that same bracket, but they're a tag team. But I put them in that same box with Shawn Michaels, with AJ Styles, with Randy Orton. They just go out there and they make what they're doing look so fucking easy.
Yeah,
and you can put the Young Bucks in the ring with 2 sticks and they'll put on a 4-star classic.
Yeah,
you be like how Kenny Omega wrestled the damn doll.
They can you can put them in the ring with anybody and anything and they will give you a classic match. Yeah. The Young Bucks are just that good, and I know a lot of people hate them because they feel like they're doing the same thing Cody was doing and they're really overbooking themselves in AEW, and that's okay, but you cannot you cannot shit on what they do athletically in that ring. In that ring, there are very few teams, and I mean very, very few, who could do what they do consistently and win titles. They have the charisma, they have the following. It's like they're the perfect tag team that you put together. Like if you had to build a tag team from scratch, you probably build the Young Bucks. However, as I said before I start this list, I have Bojangles and Krispy Kreme in my blood. I'm a Carolina boy. So my number one team right now, because even before they won the IWGP titles, they were in the conversation to me. Are they in top 5? Yes, but to me, FTR is in the top 2 teams of all time.
I get it.
Right now.
My guy.
And to follow you with that, because I was gonna base my list off the
because the only tag title they haven't won yet is Impact, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
they have a relationship with Impact, so they might as well go ahead and win that shit too.
Yeah.
That's all that's left is Impact. Yeah. There's no thing left.
It is.
Yeah. With me, I'll go the same direction as Nick's. I'll go Lucha Bros. Because like it's like Pentagon is my guy. Like I love Pentagon Jr. This dude it's something about his character just like it just works. It's like you don't give a fuck, but it's like he ain't a deathmatch wrestler, but that match he had with Vampiro was so
so ridiculous. Oh my god.
I love it. Then he found out Vampiro was the master, like everybody like and it's like, then Ray Phoenix, and I found that was brother, like they brothers. I seen them two idiots. Ray Phoenix jumped on his shoulder and he flipped them off. I forget what spot it was at what show, but I don't know how he got on Ray got on his shoulders. Then he flipped off and landed. Like these guys are crazy. Now they're a tag team, like they just who would know you better than your own brother?
Big facts.
Yeah, I think a lot of us who actually had the chance to watch Lucha Underground were introduced to future legends doing their thing, just allowed to do their thing and tell a story. People were like, I know about Swerve. Really? Did you know about Killshot? Did you know about Killshot? No?
I didn't even know that was the same guy till somebody told me. I said, yeah, that's the same. Really?
Yeah. Killshot is Swerve. And Prince Puma, of course, is Ricochet. And the list goes on.
Yeah,
I learned just the other day that Evan Bourne was
I know you're talking about.
Who is he now in the AEW?
I forget the name. I know exactly what.
Oh,
that's bothering me now.
Oh,
Matt Sydal.
Yeah.
That's Evan Bourne.
He's always Matt Sydal. Yeah, he's always been Matt.
Nah, that can't be the same nigga.
Yeah,
it's the same nigga.
You mean the guy who made his AEW debut and botched his own finishing move? I feel so bad for him on that.
He was literally.
But you know what? Matt Sydal is legendary on the independent. Of course, you know whenever you go to WWE, it's a passage of life to have your name changed because they can't make money off of your real shit.
Nope. So
unless your name is Randy Orton or John Cena.
That's why Keith Lee said, "Fuck you."
So I said, Lucha Bros. Number 2 would have to be. I hate to say.
No, I
gotta put Usos at number 5. I've been number 4 because Usos, even though they ain't did outside WWE, they just like to see where they started and where it's at now. Cool, but like the Usos, they can never split up because they can't do it on their own. Like Usos, like just a great team, and it's just they.
Yeah, you gotta put them in the
conversation. I blame Vince because
Jimmy's camera is not loving anybody right now. You see this face he's froze on? Yo, Nick, you see this face that Jimmy stuck on?
No. While he's frozen, I'm gonna go ahead and say
I know he like damn it.
With Jey Uso, I blame WWE for fucking Jey Uso up. Because Jey Uso could have been a single star.
I can't even feel myself. I can't be doing me dirty. I can't be doing me dirty, man.
Sorry, Junie. I'm my bad. I'm sorry, bro. I mean, when I looked up, you were speaking and your face froze. I just like that look alone. I wish you could have. That could have been a meme, man. That could have been a meme.
But Usos and like the Uso styles work, and now when you get to the top 3, it gets kind of difficult because like Good Brothers number 3, the Good Brothers, Carl and Doc, like those guys, they're another team. Like They won them everywhere. New Japan. I think the only belt they haven't won is ROH. They Raw, SmackDown, the Impact. They won. They ain't won AEW yet, so Impact, ROH and AEW, those two they need. Then it would go to the Bucks and the FTR. That's my list.
Okay. We pretty much got all the same people on our list.
Yeah.
And we sexy.
It's just you can't help it.
Okay, so let's if you don't mind, June,
I got one person. I got one group that's probably not on the list, and that's Aussie Open.
Yeah.
I got Aussie Open at number 5.
In New Japan.
But everybody, yeah. But everybody else is pretty much the same. Like I said, I have no particular order, with the exception of Aussie Open being at number 5. Aussie Open, and then 1 through 4 is a toss-up between Bucks, FTR, Usos, and probably either the Good Brothers or God.
Okay, that's a good one.
For my honorable mention, I'm gonna throw in Roppongi 3K.
Nice.
Honorable mention.
And there's one group I failed to mention only because I always see them as a trio and not just as a tag team, and that's the New Day.
Yeah. Damn, no one said the New Day. Oh, that's
it's hard to put the New Day in the category. I'm talking like
I don't, because it's like it is weird, but then I was like, well, people consider the Freebirds a tag team, even though it was a trio.
Right. They even invented rules for them niggas. The Freebird rules.
The Freebird rules, yeah. But
Damn,
the only thing, the only reason why, and I would say this, I agree more with the Freebirds. I love New Day, without a doubt. Unquestionably, love them brothers. They brought something to the table that so many others have tried and failed. And you know what? And it take a black man to make it work. So you already know.
Yeah.
But when it came to the Freebirds, to me, and this is how you establish being a great tag team. If you are tested against talent from other places. New Day has only been focused on the talent and within the company. But I believe if they ever had
they called out the Young Bucks and they called out Kenny Omega. That's who they want to fight.
I mean, they call them out all they like. But they can call them out all they like. But as long as they stuck up under the big WWE, they ain't going nowhere.
Hey, but that's when all the talk started coming up because they were at a video game tournament. I think the final match was between Kenny Omega and Xavier Woods.
I remember that. Oh my gosh, watching them two go on the stick is fire because they talk so much and be bagging it up.
That there, because they said Triple H actually watched that event, and Triple H like they said Triple H approached him in the back and was like, "Hey, y'all want to make this a real thing?" And they're like, "What you talking about?" He's like, "I still want to go against the Young Bucks, right? I want to make it a real thing. I'm gonna go talk to Vince real quick." And that's when Triple H started presenting the idea of working with other companies to test our tag teams. That New Day event and the fact that they continuously talk crap to each other online is the reason why Triple H wants to work with other companies because our tag team division is trash.
But because they don't want to put people together that are naturally inclined. They don't want to further and establish teams. And that's always going to be their biggest issue. Tell me, we're on single stars. Stop focusing on the single stars because you're not even taking care of the single stars you got.
Facts.
You're not taking care of the single stars you got. You got people that have the potential. No, and these kids are out here. They are busting, and they trying to bring in athletes now to be pro wrestlers. Okay, nigga, here's
Last Legend.
Here's a 411. Here's a 411 for you. Use who you have. Create something substantial. That way you don't have to worry about AEW because one thing about them, they don't just slap people together and create a team. Yo, they got people that are established.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah, I do think that what's going on now in NXT, it's not even these new kids' fault. It's really not. What's going on is that
what though? That whole situation.
Hold on, can you go ahead, Nick?
It's not even the new kid's fault because there are quite a few handful of them who are actually very good in that ring, but it's just the rest of them that have been just thrown in, hoping that just their gimmick will get them over or their look will get them over.
That part, that.
Vince will try to sell you an image before he tries to sell you a character or a talent. There is no reason Nikita Lyons should be in a wrestling ring. No reason.
He just put it out there, y'all. He just put it out there. Talk to him, Nick. Talk to him.
I believe she should. It was dumb for her to go to NXT when she did.
Right.
Because she was on the indies and she was getting better training and better work on the indies. But everybody hears WWE.
But here's the thing with Vince McMahon. He sees, let's backpedal a little bit. When Cody left the first time, him, Cody,
and Drew,
and the Bucks. No, I'm just talking about Cody, the Bucks, and Kenny. Cody was red hot as soon as he left. He was on the indie, joined the Bullet Club, and Vince saw how hot that was. I need y'all back. They said they met with Vince McMahon for 6 hours. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing for 6 hours? There's no conversation that we need to have for 6 hours that we can't have for 6 minutes. So what was the point? Vince sees that's hot. I need that back. But when he gets to his TV, he dumbs it down to the point where it ain't hot no more. Like, Vince, this is trash. He doesn't believe in what he had. So like with Last Legend, like, yo, oh, she was in the WNBA. She's doing that. Okay, people going to like that. I'm going to put that on TV. Oh, she can't wrestle. It's okay. Yada, yada, yada. Throw it on TV. Then she damn near break somebody's neck twice on TV. And it's like, some of these people can't wrestle. And he just throws them on TV. And he hopes that it works. But it doesn't. Then if you hurt somebody in the ring, then you got to put a person on TV. Now it look like, yo, you injure people. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, Vince. And it sucks, man. It's like Vince, I just think he sees dollars. And go ahead, Nick.
Vince, when it comes to women, Vince McMahon only push women he wants to sleep with anyway. That's why Nikita Lyons get the push getting in NXT. This man, like, man, if I was like 5-6 years younger, had access. I give you an NDA. Yeah, remember he gave Sable an NDA.
He gave an NDA like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, he gave Sable an NDA, and she's like, okay, cool. And then she came back to Vince. She's like, all right, you ready to apologize? You apologize. We can rip up the NDA, and I come back and work for you again. He apologized. They ripped up that old NDA, came back to work, got herself a new husband. Ain't nobody gonna talk shit about Sable or try to approach her. Not with Brock Lesnar's her husband.
I mean,
oh man, hold on. Have y'all heard the story? Mark Merrill tells a story about when him and Sable was going through their shit, and it's fucking hilarious.
I bet it is.
So Mark Merrill, he was like, "Yeah, Sable cheated on me, right?" And like, I knew it was over with. I thought we were gonna be working on a relationship. I walk into the locker room at WWE, and I'm over here looking for the bastard who's sleeping with my wife. You walk in, see it's Brock Lesnar. He's like, "You make sure you treat her right." and he walked off.
Wow.
We ain't saying shit to Brock Lesnar.
Wow.
Now at that time, Brock was in his 20s, and it would get worked over.
Brock was in his 20s and full of adrenaline.
I would have said miscellaneous, but yeah, we'll do adrenaline.
That's how you feel.
Boy, got some super epinephrine.
Epinephrine.
He on that bull shark.
He on that deep blue sea.
So what y'all feeling before we get out of here? Like, how y'all feeling about the WWE right now and the whole alleged, we're gonna say alleged, protect, how you feel about the whole Vince McMahon hush money and
that shit happened.
No, but more stuff is coming out though. More stuff is coming out, like so. It's like
a lot of stuff came out of Vince, and that's why he needs the NDA.
Ew.
Wow.
What
I
do you
approve.
think? How do you feel about him still coming on TV with all these allegations on him, and he don't care, like it's like people, he gonna get off, he's untouchable, like bro.
That's how he feels.
Yeah,
that's how he feels.
But it's not even just that.
Since Vince beat that case back in what was like 89 with Hulk Hogan and steroids, ever since he beat that case, you couldn't tell Vince McMahon shit.
No, fuck that. The real reason you can't tell Vince McMahon shit is he got a whole wrestler off of murder for 20-something years until he got dementia. 20, 30, 40 years.
Superfly, yep.
I forgot about that.
Then you get him off of murder, and then when he finally stands trial, he got dementia and he dies a week later.
Damn.
That happened, dude. That really
sorry, let me rewind. I gotta hit a Ron Simmons on that one. Damn.
But see, here's the thing, like there's so much shit that we don't know about. Like it sucks because the thing that bothers me, we all men, we all got women in our lives. Like, bro, if this is any like bro, like you are going out on national TV with all this funk on you, like nothing's wrong. Like we know.
But nothing was wrong. Okay. The only wrong in the situation is that Vince had an affair. Linda don't give a fuck about that. She married to a billionaire.
But
they were probably swingers and shoot, Vince might not even really be Stephanie daddy. The person that Stephanie called daddy is Macho Man.
You know what? That's the end of the show. That's the end of the show. That's the end of the show.
Nope.
You gonna get us canceled.
Keep going.
You gonna get us canceled.
You don't sound like Russell Simmons. Thank you for coming. God bless and good night.
I know, right? Just in case anybody wants to know, I am not the Nick from Do You Speak Geek. I am something else.
The views and opinion of this episode about kids.
Yeah, the views, opinions, and words from Blerd Spot Phantom are not expressed.
That's right. Not at all.
Or representative of Do You Speak Geek, Blerd Spot Podcast, or Blerd Corn Speaks.
Like, I got a special prescription in my house right now, and it would never let me catch cancel.
I don't even want to know.
And with that being said, it was an honor being here.
Exactly. So, tell everybody how they can find y'all, man. This dude went left. We got to close it up now. Go ahead, send them home. Tell them how they can find you, bro.
Well, for me, doyouspeakgeek.com is where you can find me. You can find the podcast there. You can find all the other content there. I've been quiet a lot lately because of just other irons I have in the fire, and also getting con ready. Because just come off of 2 months ago, came off of HBCU Con, which was amazing. Missed HNIC Con. We ain't gonna talk about that. And this weekend, the amazing Blerd Con is coming up, and after Blerd Con, putting it back in fifth gear again. The podcast is coming back. I got an amazing guest lined up for DYSG Live. I got a new podcast coming. I got another panel coming to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And I'm working out the particulars now because next year I'm gonna start a game show. And if y'all thought we argued tonight, this game show is gonna be all about arguing.
Super Fight Live.
I want to be on the first episode.
It's gonna be Super Fight Live. Let's go.
It's the topics. It's like a versus topic sort of thing, and it's gonna be the biggest this or that's we've ever talked about, whether it's popular culture, geek culture, whatever. And we're just gonna let people go.
Right on. So, how can they find you?
Hey, whenever you get to the God of War episode of that, I need to be on because I want to talk about how bad of a black father that Kratos is.
You know what? Tell them how they can find you.
I was about to tell her Kratos. I don't know how to feel about this now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, you can find your frosty bearded blurticorn on Instagram and Twitter under Navy Montel. I am the proud host of the Blurticorn Combos. I am proud to say I'm approaching my third year of doing this show, and I have been blessed to be a part of that. You can find me on YouTube, but just uploaded my latest video, Shine Like a Silver. If you want that motivation and to realize that you are just as important as a POC creator as anybody else, go watch that video and understand that your worth cannot be measured. It cannot be displayed. You can also find me as one half of the Blurticorn Speaks podcast with Miss Angie. And like my man Nick's over here, we are on hiatus with the Kyle podcast until August. But we're going to be back once again. Convo's still running strong and getting ready for BlurCon. Year number 5. We are about to put it in the books. It's going to be beast, let me tell you. And of course, what Nick did say is that we got a panel on Friday. Got a panel on Friday.
Panel game.
Yeah, and it's about wrestling of all things.
Mm-hmm. Kid, how can
but that's the panel that I hopped in on last time with it was y'all and Lucia.
Yes, that's gonna be
Cherry.
our panel.
When y'all up there and y'all jump Cherry about her wrestling knowledge.
Hey, it happens. It happens.
Kid,
it's okay though. We gonna get her up. We're gonna get her up.
Yeah, go ahead, fam. How can they find you, bro?
All right, you can find me on Instagram at Kid Phantom, TikTok at Kid Phantom. I post Try Not to Laugh videos. I am currently 16-0 with those. It's the eyes, the game face. Also, if you live in the city of Houston, you got kids that go to a certain school. I teach there. And if y'all have any teacher questions, feel free to hit me up on Instagram. You can find me at DreamCon this year, my first convention of all time.
Wow.
My first convention will be DreamCon. I mean, so if you see somebody walking around in an Akatsuki basketball jersey with some Hoochie Daddy shorts on and some J's, that's me.
Oh my gosh.
Dressed with the gray skin.
My man.
Yes, I'm calling myself. My name is gonna be Shishame Hoshigai.
And as always, you know, Big Boy Junes'88 on all platforms. Junes'88 on Instagram, Junes'88 on TikTok, just Junes'80 on Twitter. Junes World 2 coming out this fall. The 88 tape just came out. Nick's heard one of the tracks off the Junes World 2, so
I want to say something, but he told me not to say nothing yet.
We'll say it off camera. I'll let you say it off camera. We're gonna talk about
all I can say is, for what I heard, them jokers is FIY.
If you think what you heard is fire.
You know, I dropping the single. The single dropping. Balance dropping at the end of the month on the 29th. You know, Junes World 2 is coming along, so it's coming along nicely. So I say the fall, but I don't know if I'm gonna make the date for the release. My man took the hat off, man. Thank you, bro. That's how I know the project 5. So it's like, other than that, that's about it. Did y'all enjoy the session tonight? Everybody enjoyed the session. Everybody had a good time.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
It was a blast.
Right,
Absolutely.
Too much fun.
I got to bring the fellas back on again. Like always, thank you for tuning in. And I'm out. Follow everybody on the Replay Gang. Follow everybody. And we are out of here. Peace.